Hey everybody, it's your baby boomer Kitty Lane from the Peninsula in Virginia, back with another Create and Relate. It's that day, it's that time. I'm all checked in, all gowned up. Um, about an hour and 10 minutes away from going back. Am I nervous? What do you think? Of course I'm nervous. But I'm holding on. And while I wait, when I told y'all I take it with me everywhere, I was not kidding. My crocheting goes with me everywhere. My heart is beating so fast. But it'll be okay. Yep, it will be okay. I'll check back in with you guys a little later. Love you. Well, guys, I've met with the doctor, the surgeon, and the anesthesiologist. So I'll be going back any minute. Y'all didn't see my hair. See my pretty hair? My daughter did it for today. The bonnet life. This is how much I've gotten done so far. I told y'all I was going to make one yesterday. I brought it with me. So there we go. Gotta go, guys. See you soon. Hi, family. Surgery's done. I'm all changed. They fed me. Sorry. I had to get a breathing tube, so my face is kind of dry. So please look over that. Right now I'm still at the facility. I'm waiting on my ride. I will let you know when I get home. I love you guys. Thanks for going with me on this journey. You know what? I gotta tell you this. So when I came out of the procedure in the waiting in the recovery room, usually people are asking questions like, where am I? I'm thirsty. Can I get something to drink? I'm hungry. Can I get something to eat? Y'all, guess what the first thing was I asked for? Where's my crocheting? I told y'all it runs in my blood. It does. That's how much crocheting is a part of me. That's why it was so appropriate to take you with me on this journey. So I just wanted to let you guys know that right now. I am waiting on my ride, and I will let you know when I'm home. I love you guys. Hello, everybody. It is your baby boomer, Kitty Lane, from the Peninsula in Virginia, back with another Create and Relate. As you can see, I'm home. I've been home for several hours, as I've been sleeping for several hours before I go too far. Let me show you what has happened today, even being hospitalized. This is the latest washcloth. This is the one that was finished yesterday. I'm doing basic half double crochet. I'm not making them for anything fancy schmancy. We actually use these. And for some reason, I think they're being gifted. Because we started with almost 120 this year. Let me show you something. That's 8, guys. That's the 8 we have left. This one is going to be redone. This is the one I'm working on. And that's the spool. So, yeah. That is my cotton. That's one of my cotton bins. So, we are working on it. I am working on it. I can say I really feel like the surgery was successful. I went into surgery about 8 o'clock this morning. Well, they actually came to the room to get me at 8:10. The last time I looked at the clock, it was 8:16. The next time I looked at the clock, it was 10:54, I believe. And the first thing I asked for when I woke up was my crocheting. So when I came home and told my daughter about it, she said, well, at least they didn't have to draw the blood twice because your blood was so thick. And I gave her this sheepish look. She said, really, Mom? Really? Okay, the joke behind that was once she went with me to the emergency room and they had to come back and draw my blood a second time because it was so thick. And I told the lady, when she came back, I said, that's because I bleed crochet, I bleed yarn. And we kind of giggled about it. So when I told her this morning what happened, or earlier today, she said, well, at least they didn't have to draw blood twice. And I was like, she said, really, Mom? And it tickled me when the lady came to draw the second time, because that's all I could think about. I was like, seriously? So I'm starting to think that may be true. Maybe I am bleeding yarn. Then I wake up and ask for crocheting first thing. Before I even, and y'all, I hadn't eaten since before 11 o'clock last night. So here it was 12 hours later, and I'm not even asking for anything to drink. Go figure. I wanted my crocheting. But I think the fact that I'm 2/3 done with the washcloth from getting there at 6 o'clock this morning and, you know, not having a consistent amount of time to work on it, I think I did well. I think I did very well. When I got there at 6, they called me in the back at 6:15. I only had enough time to really pull everything out of my bag. When I got in the back, I wore as little as possible so that it would be no problem changing into the gown. So that whole process probably took like 2 minutes. And then I had about 5 minutes before the nurses came in and hooked me up to the blood pressure cuff, took the EKG, put the pulse ox thing on my finger. And then they gave me another 5 to 10 minutes before they came back and drew blood. And what else did they do? I think it was just a series of questions after that. So I was crocheting while I was answering the questions. And then me and the nurse got into a little personal discussion. So when she left the room, I back into crocheting, and then the doctor came in and introduced herself, and we had our little talk so I could feel better about her. And then the anesthesiologist came in and told me that they were just going to do the oxygen mask and give me the phenol, whatever it was, to put me out. And then he came back and said, we're going to have to do it differently. Because you have sleep apnea, we're actually going to put the breathing tube down your throat. I'm like, really? And I told him, I said, I don't have a problem with the anesthesia. My fear is with the breathing tube. Because back in 99, I had kidney stone removal. And when the breathing tube was taken out, I wasn't ready to breathe on my own yet. You know, everything was like really, really relaxed, and I could exhale, but I couldn't inhale. And I'm grabbing nurses, I'm grabbing doctors, I'm grabbing for air. And to have a breathing tube inserted while you're awake is a horrifying ordeal to go through. But I had to have it put back in. And, yeah. So it terrifies me to know that I understand I'm under when they do it, but the fear is them pulling it out and me not being ready to breathe. But it went smoothly. And then the backlash of that is the sore throat. Hence why I sound the way I sound. But I wanted to do this video. I promised you all that I would let you know what was going on and keep you abreast of everything. I'm going to work on some things and try to figure out how to put some words on the screen or however, because I got some more ASL stuff to do. By the way, I'm all patched up. Yeah. Yeah, I'm all patched up. And everything looks good. It doesn't hurt to touch. Right now I can only lift my arm to here. Tomorrow I can start gradually lifting it more, but it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt at all. The only reason I'm stopping right here is because instructions said so, and I don't want to rip something or tear something apart. But it doesn't hurt. I feel like I could literally lift my arms over my head. But like I said, I'm following directions because I don't want to hurt your kitty Lane. But I am going to get back to crocheting. And I will see you guys later. If you have any questions or concerns, good wishes, prayers, love, leave them below in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, share it. And if you're not subscribed, please do. It helps. When you subscribe, hit that notification bell with the dimples so that you always know when I'm dropping fresh new content. Remember to always be bold, be brave, be beautiful, and behave. Remember Kitty Lane told you, and remember Kitty Lane loved you. Until we see each other again on these YouTube streets. Peace out, everybody. Hey guys, this is the last one tonight. All I gotta do is attach this to the other ones and get it out to you. So between last night and today, these two happened. They're really big. This is a regular size notebook that it's laying on. You can see it completely covers the notebook. So with the pages being like 11 and a half, I would say it's probably a 12 by 12. Because I did make it square. And I don't know what it is that I love so much about the trifold. Maybe because I'm an Aquaman fan. That was my movie for the day. And yeah, it's two of them. And they're going right in the bucket. Ugh. Right in this little hole. Look at that fit, guys. Right there. Right there. Like I said, these are ours. These are not gifts, giveaways, none of that. These are ours for personal use. So, I know I made one early yesterday, and I made one over the course of today between going to sleep and being awake. So, I'm actually going to count the one from yesterday for today. And that'll be my 2 washcloths for the first. And this is going to be the second one, the first one for tomorrow, as it has to be remade. And so that's going to be the first one for tomorrow. This is all I have left on my cone. I don't have enough to make an entire washcloth. So it's going to go into one of my chaos washcloths. Y'all see my vice over there. I'm 61. And the person I got to answer to is God. And we working it out. So, what I'm going to do, being that I have slept so much, it is bedtime and I'm not sleepy, I'm actually going to lay it down anyway. And probably crochet while I'm laying down. And I'll get as much done as I can on tomorrow's. And tomorrow when I feel like sitting up, I'll work on the wrap that I was showing you yesterday. And once I get that wrap completed, then I will go ahead and do the tutorial, because there's something that I changed in it. And I'm not sure I like the change for it to be, the permanent wrap. So I'm going to we're going to do it together. When I decide to leave it out, we're definitely going to build that wrap together. I got to figure out what to do for that road. I think I have it up here. I just got to put it in the wrap. I want you guys to have a wonderful evening. And as I always tell you, please be bold, be brave, be beautiful, and behave. Remember, Kitty Lane told you. Remember, Kitty Lane loves you. Here's one more thing. I am finally starting to feel some discomfort. I can't say that it's pain. I was offered pain medication. They did not want me to take ibuprofen, as it could cause excessive bleeding. And I understand that. So their option was to give me a narcotic. Little known fact about me, I'm coming up on 38 years clean. And I have the strength to decline narcotics. I tell them quickly no. There's only one situation that I will medically accept it, and it can only be in the hospital. And that's if I'm experiencing heart trauma. Excuse me. They will give me very low dosage morphine. But there was a big morphine shortage some years ago. And it was strange because when I went to the emergency room, I asked him, I said, unless it is the last resort, please don't give me any morphine. And the lady said, oh, that's no problem. We don't have any. I was like, thank you. She goes, well, we can give you Dilaudid. And I'm like, no. No. Mm-mm. And I love and appreciate the support of my family. You know, because some families would say, yeah, go ahead and get it. But my family is like, good job, Mom. Good job. And I kind of makes me feel good. It really does. That's one of the little known things about me that nobody would know if I didn't tell them. But I'm proud of me about it. And I don't care if you are or not, because I is proud of me, okay? But I know you are, and I thank you for it. I appreciate you guys. Ooh. I'm going to snip these from the wrist. I always leave them on the day of, in case I have to go back. Even though they'll give you new ones and they'll remove the old ones, they will scan you in, and it makes your registration and check-in a lot smoother. I learned that a long time ago when I had to go back. They'll go ahead and scan what you have, and if you by chance have a fall risk or an allergy bracelet, then they will leave those on if they don't look too bad. But your other identifying markers, they'll scan those, they'll get you registered. They pretty much know that no information has changed within a 24-hour period. So, you know, everything remains the same in the computer. They already have you. You're good to go. Unless you go to a different hospital that's not under their tier. Like here we have Centera, Bon Secours, Chesapeake Regional, and Riverside. So, yeah. I'm doing this because it's a little uncomfortable. I think it's time to lay it down. Like I said, I hardly have anything to do to clean off my bed, guys. I got a bag and one of those cloth totes. That's it. And I can lay it down. So I'm good. I love you guys. I miss you guys. I will definitely get this out in a few minutes. I'm going to add it to the other video that I have not uploaded yet. And you guys will be seeing it shortly. I really love you. Peace out.